Ever received an unexpected email or call about a grand inheritance waiting just for you? Welcome to the world of inheritance scams, a deceitful realm where false promises of sudden wealth are used to rob unsuspecting individuals of their hard-earned money. These scams operate on the illusion of a fantastic fortune, often from a distant relative or generous benefactor, that's rightfully yours. If only you'd pay a small fee or share some personal information to claim it. This manipulation takes advantage of our innate desire for financial security, our trust, and sometimes our greed. The danger lies not only in potential monetary loss, but also in the theft of personal information, which can lead to identity fraud, a crime that can have long-lasting effects on its victims. Inheritance scams are a growing concern in our digital age, where fraudsters can reach millions with a single click. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it most certainly is. So, how do these scammers manage to fool so many people? Well, let's pull back the curtain and expose some of the common tactics used in inheritance scams. First off, impersonation. Scammers are like chameleons, seamlessly blending into any role they need to play. They can convincingly pose as lawyers, bank officials, or even distant relatives. They spend time studying their chosen persona, ensuring they sound as authentic as possible. Their goal? To gain your trust and make you believe their tall tales of unexpected windfalls. Next, they create a sense of urgency. This is a psychological trick to make you feel like you're racing against the clock. They might tell you that the inheritance will be forfeited if you don't act immediately, or that there are other beneficiaries who might claim the money before you do. The pressure is on, and there's no time to think, let alone verify their claims. Lastly, they'll hit you with payment requests. Suddenly, there are legal fees, taxes, or even bribes to be paid before you can get your hands on the inheritance. They'll insist these costs are just a small price to pay for the fortune that awaits you. And they'll offer convenient ways to send the money, often through untraceable methods like wire transfers or gift cards. These tactics are cleverly designed to manipulate your emotions. They play on your curiosity, your hopes, and your fears. And they work because they push you into a corner, making you feel like you have no choice but to act quickly and pay up. But remember, an inheritance isn't a race, and there's always time to make sure you're not being taken for a ride. These tactics are designed to pressure you into making rash decisions. So, the next time you're faced with an unexpected inheritance claim, take a pause, breathe, and remember these common tactics. Because knowledge is power, and the more you know, the less likely you are to fall for a scam. Want to outsmart these scammers? It's all about knowing what to look for. Just like a hunter in the wild, you've got to be alert to the signs. The first red flag? Unsolicited contact. If you're hearing from a long-lost relative or a lawyer from a foreign country out of the blue, chances are it's a scam. Next, be wary of requests for personal information. Scammers are like wolves in sheep's clothing. They'll pretend to be someone trustworthy to get your personal details. Don't give them the satisfaction. And the pressure to act quickly? That's their trick to make you panic and act without thinking. They're hoping you'll be too rushed to spot the scam. But you're smarter than that, so stay sharp. Keep your eyes peeled for these red flags. And remember, if it smells fishy, it probably is. Now that you're aware of the red flags, how can you protect yourself from these scams? Well, let's take a look at some strategies. First, always verify the legitimacy of the claim. If you are contacted about an unexpected inheritance, do your due diligence. Check if the law firm or bank mentioned in the letter actually exists. If you're contacted via email, check the sender's email address. Scammers often use email addresses that look legitimate but are slightly off. Second, never pay upfront fees. Scammers often ask for money to cover taxes or legal fees. Remember, legitimate inheritances don't require you to pay anything upfront. Lastly, if you suspect you're being targeted, report it. Contact your local law enforcement or consumer protection agency. You might not only protect yourself, but also help others from falling for the same scam. With these tips in mind, you're now more equipped to shield yourself from inheritance scams. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. Inheritance scams are deceptive practices where fraudsters trick you into thinking you've inherited a fortune. They employ tactics like impersonation, urgency, and payment requests. Red flags include unsolicited contact, requests for personal information, and pressure to act quickly. Protect yourself by verifying the legitimacy of the claim, never paying upfront fees, and reporting suspicious activity. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay informed and stay safe.